me talk to you.
Back guys to Dad and Son Wrestling Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing Smackdown.
Before we get into them, just a shout out to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, as we do before every video. Through his sacrifice, all things are possible. We can't thank him enough for what he did in order to bring us back into a relationship with our Creator. Through his sacrifice, we're being brought back into eternity. So we are very, very thankful for that. Also, a shout out to Taurus BJJ. Big supporters of us, our jiu-jitsu journey, and the channel. They're always asking questions and very supportive of Son over here and all things that he does. It gives him great role models down there to learn off, and a great place for myself to bond with other first responders, etc. Now on to Smackdown. Show opened up with the Randy Orton, Pat McAfee stuff from last week, a recap of that, and then it was sort of mixed in with little like, I don't know if it was tweets or quotes from articles or something about, this is crazy and all these sort of things. Not much else to speak about on it. There's been a lot on the dirt sheets whether the people like this or not. I've gone in with an open mind on this one. We'll see where we go. Pat McAfee's great on the mic, so we'll see what he's going to do today.
But Smackdown had when Pat McAfee came, it had the most dislikes ever in the Smackdown history.
That is true. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about influencers and actors and celebrities and musicians and stuff being involved. They've always been involved. They're just more involved in the stories these days. They've always been part of like posting or just seen on the screen or backstage stuff. But they're a lot more involved now, whether you like that or not. Everyone used to be like that with Logan Paul, and then Logan Paul is quite often on the top of it's quite often on the top of the card these days. So you never know what Jelly Roll and Pat McAfee will produce. Everyone loved Pat McAfee when he was a commentator, even when he first on Gunther as well. The crowd was with him on that. So it's just where it fits in, or whether they like that being part of their storylines, I guess.
And the crowd really likes I Show Speed.
Yes, well, you like I Show Speed, all these young influencers from YouTube. That then rolls into sort of vision of Billy Rhodes returning, or rocking up at the show. He's in the car park. Aldis is there. Jelly Roll's there. Pretty much getting told that no one can put their hands on Pat McAfee. It's come from the top management, TKO. So
why?
Because they don't want Pat McAfee. He's been put in there. So I got a feeling this is rolling into some sort of the authority, like TKO versus WWE power struggle type thing. I think they're going to lean on this quite heavily. I think this isn't just going to be about Randy Orton and all that. So we'll see where it leads to. That sort of stuff can be hit and miss because WCW did it very heavily towards their closure with the new blood and everything, trying to say that the Hulk Hogan's and that were holding back the Young Guns and all this sort of stuff. Doesn't always work. TNA tried it as well with Main Event Mafia and things like that. Those were poorly received as well, so we'll see where this one goes. I don't know what it is when they want to try these things, but it worked when The Rock did his heel turn to the final boss in that sort of scenario. But obviously when The Rock got John Cena and all that sort of stuff, people didn't like it. So we'll see where it goes. That then moves straight into a Rhea Ripley promo. Before she got too heavily into it, Io Sky came out, pretty much requested a match against Jade Cargill. So that was made for the main event.
And she gets it.
Yeah, so Aldis comes out and makes it official. Then we have Bayley versus Bliss. How would you rate this match?
Probably a 2.
A 2, yeah. I don't know if it was necessary.
Yeah.
We've been having some individual matches. Having Bayley lost here is a tough one, I think. Yeah, it's I don't know, unless Bayley and Lyra are coming out with the titles at the end, but having Bayley lose is I'm not sure. I just don't get it. he could have had some sort of interference and build more tension or something like that. You didn't need to, but it was nice to get a win. Sometimes having an end to a match is actually good. WWE can be criticised for that. So I guess I'm going against what WWE usually gives us. I thought it could have used with a DQ or something like that. Maybe a brawl with all the teams leading into the show and stuff like that. That would have been good. It pretty much comes with Flair getting involved ringside because Bailey's given her a mouthful. He throws a jacket at Bailey. That distracts Bailey enough.
I wish Charlotte Flair just destroyed Bailey then.
Yeah, because Bailey was doing a whole bit of mocking. She was doing the woo and all that, and call back to their feuds of the past and all that. And yeah, sort of got distracted, and that allowed Bliss to roll up and get the victory. So it was only a roll-up victory. It wasn't like she had Sister Abigail or any of that. So we then went into a US title recap. They're really leaning on the Sami Zayn capitalizing type stuff. Crowds are already quite against him. I can't believe how quickly they changed on him. It only took him just didn't even do anything bad, did he?
Yeah.
Realistically. So it's kind of that Drew McIntyre situation where it's like, yeah, it's like a vindicated heel type thing. I think they're going to go with Sami Zayn here. So we'll see where it leads to. Then there was a Nick Williams, Camilla Hayes, Matt Cardona segment in the trainer's office, pretty much saying that Camilla Hayes wasn't going to his WrestleMania because of his knee type thing. Trick comes in, kind of having a go at Carmella Hayes for not getting the job done. Little yachties there as well. I'm on board with the too many celebrities thing when it comes to this little yachty. He just rubs me the wrong way. He's just almost seems a little Weasley, doesn't he? He's like a Weasley manager type, or Weasley manager. Yeah, he just. I think Trick doesn't need him.
I like little yardie.
Yeah, I don't think Trick needs him. I think it draws attention away from Trick properly, and Trick could just do all this on his own and really build himself. He doesn't need the rub of a rep or anything like that. I think sometimes WWE tries to rip too much into things, especially around Mania time. Just let Trick be Trick. I don't think he needs anybody else to help give him a rub.
But they did the same thing with Booker T and NXT though.
Yeah. Well, Booker T was just a fan commentator. He wasn't really out and about with him backstage or anything, though. That then moved into a Drew McIntyre video package. Just more of the same there. He's going to take care of Faroo. Calling Faroo a criminal, sitting in a prison cell. I've never seen a prison cell that's like that. So, yeah. And for someone that's worked 10 years in them, yeah. Don't think it needs to be in the storyline. But they're going to rely heavily on it for Faroo. I think it detracts from the story realistically, but we'll see how we go there. That then moves into a Faroo backstage segment because he's just seen the interview and he's supposed to get the reaction straight away type thing. Doesn't get much into it till Solo Sikoa and the MFTs rock up, and essentially out of that interaction you end up with a match with Faroo and Tamatonga made, don't you? So I'm looking for that. Once that match was made, I was like, oh, I look forward to that. I think that'll be a good one. Be a couple of big meaty guys just pounding on each other. And having known each other for many years, you could probably trust that they were going to lay it in tough because they trust each other. We then had a Royce Keys video package, just essentially leaning on his past, where he grew up. Wrestling was his out, and now he's chasing his dream. Wants WrestleMania moments, things like that. Just trying to get a bit of positive sympathy behind him. Give him just to know his story and stuff like that, and get some momentum behind him.
He's seen most of it.
Yeah, it's hard though because he debuted at Royal Rumble and then he hasn't done anything for a couple of months.
He has done things at the show before the starts and all that.
Dark matches and things.
Yeah.
I think they took too long to pull the key on this because we'll go straight into it. It was the match afterwards with Berto, part of Los Garras or whatever they're called, the tag team. Pretty quick, gets an easy win in the end. Again, it's a tough one. They never use local talent, WWE, anymore for these squash match types things. So they just squash tag team partners at the moment. They did it with War Raiders and Obafemi, and Even did it with Johnny Gargano and Obafemi. So it's I don't know. It's hard. Maybe just call up someone from NXT to do the squash match. I don't think this tag team really needed it, especially when they've been AAA champions recently, and they've been in a gauntlet and had a chance at tag titles. For all of a sudden, one of them just to get squashed in a debut match. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't think it does well for your talent. That then leads into Pat McAfee returning, sort of rocks up in his car and all that sort of stuff. Starts his way out. Meets up with RHODES and Jelly Roll, sort of in the entranceway. From I think kind of looked like he come into the truck bay, didn't it?
Yeah.
Come into the door there, down to a corridor. Makes fun of Jelly Roll's weight. That gets Jelly Roll off. But again, no one can touch him. And Jelly Roll's like, wait a second, I don't even work here. But Pat McAfee sort of blows him off. That moves into him coming straight into a promo. Calls CM Punk a hypocrite. I'm on board with that one.
Me too.
But a lot of things he said were true as well. It's a tough one because after this promo, I'm more on board with it because the promo was good. Pat McAfee can talk, and the promo was good, and I like the way he went about it, and I can see it having some value. Did it need to be in the WrestleMania run-up? Probably not. Maybe it could have been, say, Randy doesn't get the title at WrestleMania, but we have it build up to Backlash, like he comes in after Mania. Might have worked, but they're desperate for the Mania ticket sales because it's been poor, which led to him saying that he's a hero and got 25% off the first night because Randy's on it, which got an applause, but at the same time got him booze at the same time. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think they'll get more. They'll get more, but I don't think they'll get the numbers from the previous year. But the gate will still be a record because they charge so much. So it's a tough one because they're chasing money, but they're starting to. There's only so much money to get off people before people will just start. Especially if you're not delivering creatively, they could probably charge what they're charging if they had a super hot product, but the product's not hot at the moment. If it was
AEW,
if it was the Rock Final Boss Bloodline, Cody Rhodes story time, they could have charged whatever they want because that was hot. They were a hot product at that time. They were just blowing things out of the water. WWE felt hot, but now it's just sort of tapered off.
When TKO got WWE, the ratings went up to down.
So you can't. It's a tough one because you can't always be creatively at the top. You got to go through your ebbs and flows because there's stories to tell, especially if you want to do long-term storytelling. Cody Rhodes then comes out during it. He's quite passionate about that McAfee shouldn't be involved in all these sort of things. If he wants to live out his superstar fantasy, you can give him a title and he can do an entranceway, take a couple of photos like the rest of the fans type thing. So from there, that leads to Cody Rhodes about to leave. Then what is it? Pat McAfee gives him a mouthful again. He takes his jacket off. Was going to turn the ring like he's going to belt him. Randy Orton up on the screen. Randy Orton's beating up Jelly Roll. Brings out Jelly Roll out into the arena down the entranceway. Cody Rhodes goes to make the save. Gets beaten down himself. Pat McAfee and Randy Orton leave with the WWE title. Essentially, you watch them all the way till they leave in the car. They drive off in a big Ram truck.
Kind of like how they did it in AEW when Sami Guevara and Dustin Rhodes were the champions, and then they got one of their titles taken away. Because what's its name? What's that team's name now? The fashion one?
Oh, MXMT. Yeah.
When they stole it.
Yeah, and they got Johnny Wrestling, Johnny TV, and all that with them. So you see him all the way to the leave. Then we get Fatu's entrance, which then before we get to see Tamatonga come out, we get an Aldous, Kit Wilson, Miz segment, and that's a Danhausen which is made. They're still saying that the curse isn't real or whatever. But you can see the Miz is really dishevelled, doesn't have his shirt tucked in, looks all over the place. Kit Wilson's also a little bit, frazzled. So they're really putting up this curse stuff, which is it's funny. That stuff you can't. It's not gonna, it's not going to be on the top of the card, but it's going to play, especially in the WWE product. And I find some of the stuff funny. It's quite nice. It's a nice change, especially when the show's so long. SmackDown is way too long. It is the creative is not good enough for a 3-hour show. It needs to be reduced back to 2 hours. And then we finally get Faroo Tamatonga. Comes out to Solo Sikoa's music, which is interesting. Tamatonga didn't get his own music. They're all out there on the entranceway, and then Tamatonga kind of gets the head nod to head out there. Match is pretty decent. Wouldn't write home about anything. A few hard hits. A couple of near falls by Tamatonga.
But the end is crazy.
Yeah, Faroo finally gets his momentum. Hits in the best moonsault ever. Gets the pin, and then we get who?
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre's out.
It's a side-on beatdown.
Yeah, he just beats him down. Chair shots, handcuffs him, kicks him in the head several times, whacks him into the ring post, wraps him around the ring post. Faroo gives him a headbutt, a little bit of a comeback moment that leads to Drew McIntyre hitting him even more. Then cuffs him behind his back now instead of just around the ring post, and was beating on him. So it was quite the long beatdown. What would you rate the whole segment?
Probably a 4.
4. Yeah, it's a bit tough one because they're about to go no holds barred at WrestleMania.
And I think Jacob Faroo wins this now.
Yeah, it's starting to make that, and I think he wins because Drew McIntyre's supposed to be going off to make a movie. But I don't know. They're doing a lot of video packages and beatdowns for these two at the moment. Sometimes it's a law of diminishing returns. I think if you did a little bit more like the Brock Lesnar Obafemi stuff, where there's a lot of pull aparts, so you're wanting them to get a hold of each other because they beat each other up to get the match. Then you can build the suspense by having people want to see them beat each other up again. You pull aparts, near misses, that sort of stuff. But just a beat down each week and stuff like that is not building the tension for me at the moment. So especially considering you're seeing fair shots and handcuffs and all sorts of stuff. So yeah. That then leads into a Truth Priest Danhausen segment. What would you rate it, mate?
It was just for an ESPN thing.
Yeah.
Super funny.
Yeah.
I knew it was Danhausen because I was thinking, who else would be a funny person? Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah, so Danhausen and Truth together were funny.
I thought that Danhausen was going to curse Priest.
Yeah, maybe we build up to it because Danhausen's still intent on being the Miz's mentor, which is funny considering that he's now sort of in a feud with him. And then towards the end of the segment, you see Rhea Ripley throw B-Fab into the frame. She's just beating him. She's like one down, one to go. So she's trying to knock off all of Jade's minions before Jade takes on Io Sky, so there's no interference. We then move into a Sami Zayn promo. Gets a lot of boos, isn't it? He's talking to the crowd about having day one fans. People kept telling him he had to change in order to capitalise. He finally capitalises, and everyone's turning on him and booing him, but he's just going to stay true to himself. Blah blah blah. Trick Williams comes out. Some funny one-liners. Talks about him whinging, bad mouth, gingerbread man, all that sort of stuff. Lil Yachty's got a ginger man shirt on.
And then it has "Let's talk about it" at the back.
So Trick goes over at WrestleMania, if you ask me. Don't know if he needs Lil Yachty, but the one-liners and Trick on the mic's great. Trick in the ring's getting better as well, so they're going to level up to the same thing. It then leads into Cardona coming out. Yeah.
And then the match.
Yeah, so
earlier.
Yeah, so Mick Cardona, Trick Williams, solid match. Both get offense in. Yeah, there's a little bit of shenanigans at the end. Little Yachty's interfering with Matt Cardona. Sami Zayn goes up there to try, hey, ref, get involved. That leads to Little Yachty pulling Sami Zayn down. He hits his head. He's playing to the guys at the barricade, loving his work. Gets a haluva kick to the head, which got a pop, which was funny. The rapper got his comeuppance, and then that leads to Trick Williams getting a win on Matt Cardona because he's a little bit distracted by it all. Good solid match. What would you rate it?
6-7.
6-7. Yeah, good segment. Everything that Trick touches at the moment's gold. Even Sami Zayn's heel turn. So, which we'll probably need it because Sami Zayn's been a beloved babyface for a long time now. So, putting Trick there has really worked. This is a smart move because people want to cheer Trick, and they're going to boo Sami to get Trick over. So it's a good thing. We then had a Brock over Femi recap. This is my most look forward to match at Mania.
Mine's ISO Speed and all that, and over Femi and Trick Williams.
Yeah, so there's some good matches on Mania. This has the potential to be a Mania where working in the matches is going to be more solid, which is good. Maybe not so much cinematic stuff that we've had in the years previous. So that's a good thing. It's going to give the chance for the WWE guys to really wrestle. Yeah, so good recap. That moved in the Danhausen versus Kit Wilson. What would you rate the match?
6-7.
Yeah, nothing. It's not going to. If you miss it, it's not going to be like missing a 5-star match. But it was great. Danhausen got some offense in. Kit Wilson took over.
Kit Wilson was at the top. Danhausen was landing there and went, "Ooh, you are." And then the power went off on Kit Wilson's bum.
Yeah, the power from the ring post because he was up top ready to do a high flying move. That causes him to hit down in between his legs. He rolls down and Danhausen gets the win.
He does his new finishing move, the I curse you.
Yeah.
When he kicks you.
Yeah. That leads to him getting a reception. Yeah, he's getting his hand raised by the ref. The Miz comes in. He's about to do a what do they call it, skull crushing finale, and the lights go off, and you get that sort of he doesn't escape before the lights go out type thing. So you see him running, but yeah, funny stuff. Crowd reacts to him. Good Danhausen. It was good to see him in the ring for a change. So good, solid stuff. We then pull up. We then go to the back, and it's Mitchin. We find out Michan has been beaten up by RHEA as well. This is because Jade's making her way out to the ring looking for her. She goes in, then I've got you, which shows that they're a team. She wants to go out and avenge Michin for getting beaten up. That which then leads to Jade versus IYO. What would you rate this match?
Probably maybe 3.
3. Yeah, solid TV match. IYO got plenty in. Jade got plenty in. Got to see Jade's strength.
They said it was like a pay-per-view main event, but just got crushed.
Yeah, so IYO got a lot of offense in at the beginning. Jade then gets a clean win through power moves. She then goes to get a chair to go beat her down. RHEA comes out. RHEA protects her. They stand tall. Jade, I think second best to it, throws the chair out the ring, makes her way to the back with her music playing and all that, and that's the end of Smackdown. What would you rate Smackdown this week, mate?
Probably 4, except for the Danhausen Trick Williams and Trick Williams.
Yeah, it's higher.
Yeah, they're 6-7.
Yeah. I hate to say it, but Smackdown is a hard product to get through at the moment. I understand why the ratings are down. And the ratings were up last week because of the Pat McAfee stuff, apparently. But yeah.
They were the worst Smackdown ever in history.
I think that was the previous week before Pat McAfee. That's why he said it. You're talking about the worst. You're talking about the worst amount of likes. That's what you're asking. That's what you're thinking. So yeah, I liked the Pat McAfee stuff. I'm willing to give it a go now after that promo and see where it leads. But yeah, it is shifting through a lot of bad stuff to get to the good stuff on SmackDown at the moment. It is way too long. This could have been in a 2-hour show easy. You would have fitted just as much in. The wrestling was only worth like a 20% of the show. So that tells you right there. They need to get the US Open going again. That at least gave you a 20-25-minute match to look forward to on a SmackDown. But obviously with it being more storyline orientated instead of the US Open now, we're not going to get those for a while, I think. So yeah, that's our SmackDown review. Thank you to everyone that's been supporting the channel. Wish I could have said some nicer things about this week's SmackDown, but unfortunately I can't. So yeah, check it out for yourselves. You're welcome to comment, like, etc., etc. Anything from you, big guy?
Mwah. Bye.
God bless you.